Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It has definitely been a little while since I have recorded a plan with me video, so I figured it was about time that, I do that. Before I get into that though, I really wanted to show you guys this second journal that I've started using. I've been struggling to find a replacement for the Lamome since it unfortunately broke. This is one of the Essentials grid-lined notebooks from Amazon. It was only like $12, and I actually used one of these about 3 years ago. So I got a new one. I bent it a bunch because I was testing to see how well it held up. It comes with one bookmark, and the pages are not numbered or anything special. There's no index. It does come with a pocket, and I added my own pen loop to the back. And I also decided to start working on it last night, so I put a quote, and then the first page is a journal page. I didn't stay on it for too long just because this isn't really a video about this journal. I just kind of wanted to show you guys a little bit before I, really get into the rest of this video. I also finally got myself some Muji pens. I have been eyeing them for a while, and I'm so glad that I decided to get these pens. I got a pack of 3 and they are 0.5. They write really smoothly. I am actually using this in the Essentials notebook, and I'm still using my Sharpie in my scribbles. This is mostly just a preference because of, how the pages hold up. And I mean, to be honest, the Essentials journal does hold up fairly well. There is ghosting, but it is a very nice notebook for the price. I recommend it if you're a beginner and you just want something affordable. Now, getting into my actual bullet journal setup, I kind of did not like the purple. I actually greatly disliked that I used purple for my weeks, and it drove me crazy because I set it all up in advance. I do really like the habit tracker and my goals and moods and everything. And ultimately, I removed my 1 line a day since I decided to start journaling again. So hopefully, this helps me, keep up with myself and make sure that I hold myself accountable for, basically what I'm doing throughout the day and how I'm feeling. I really want to start getting more in touch with my thoughts and my feelings again. So journaling just seemed like the best way to do that. So getting into actually setting up my journal, I am using my Sharpie fine liner, which is kind of like a huge plus for me. I don't really worry about the nibs getting worn out, which is nice when you use a ruler. I also have my Malibu eraser, which I'm going to use just for the cover because I drew it in pencil. I'm also using a Pigma Micron, and it's an O2. This is my preferred size for writing a lot of things that aren't daily writing, so my important spreads, like my important dates and stuff. I also have my ruler that I got at Office Max. It's just your typical standard ruler. And of course, I have to have my music, so I actually just listened to my personal playlist on my iTunes for this. If anyone is ever curious about what songs I'm actually listening to, let me know, and I will include a list down in the description. So I started off by writing out a quick little calendar, and then I saw some different, leaves and flower drawings on Pinterest, and I ended up going with something that looked similar to this, but I tried to change it a little bit and make it my own. It didn't really come out as I had hoped, but I'm still happy with it. Originally, I wanted to do a pointillism picture for this month, but I just really struggled with how I wanted to do it, and after just getting extremely frustrated, I ended up doing a much more minimal design, and I really like it, in terms of what I was originally going to do. I'm thinking I'll save a really nice pointillism, cover spread for October, make it a little bit more creepy and eerie, so, fit the month. Next, I am, going to stamp on some headers and the rest of my cover page. I got this stamp set on Wish, and I have absolutely loved it. I've been using it for, about 3 or 4 months now. I've kind of lost track, and it is so helpful. I use it in my personal journals. I use it to make cards. I use it, in my bullet journal, and it's really helpful, especially because I'm not great at, writing really pretty calligraphy headers. So it really fits kind of the minimal style that I'm going for, and it also fits, this nice scrapbooking look, type thing with the stamps, so it's not like perfect all the time. I don't know how to explain it. I really, really like it, and I've become addicted to using it for basically all my headers. My important dates and finances spreads are ones that I've kind of had in my journal for probably like almost 2 years now. It's really helpful, and I find it keeps me kind of up to date on certain information that I might not normally think about or keep track of. I've played around with not having a finances spread before, and it definitely did not go well for me, I don't think. So I'm really glad that I got myself back into using it, and I've been keeping up with writing down every time I spend money and where it's at and how much. Starting in August, I actually added, money that I make. So that way I can kind of keep track of things that are being added to my bank account, as well as, you know, being taken out of my bank account, if that makes any sense at all. But I'm really happy with like how my spreads came out. My writing was a little bit sloppier, mostly because I was really shaky. It's been a while since I recorded, so I was a little bit nervous. But I think that because I've been doing the same setup for a while now, it's gotten a lot quicker. And I say that, but this video is like an hour long, and that's compared to my normal like 2 to 3 hour, time it takes to set up, my month. So I'm really happy that I've condensed my time down a lot, because I've figured out, how I can set up my spreads so they fit exactly what I need and, help me with everything I need to do. Now, because I'm going to be traveling this month, I am still trying to decide if I'm going to add a list of things I want to pack, and also a small list of, things I want to make sure I do when I'm back home. But I haven't really decided quite yet if I want to add that to my journal. I did that last time I went back home last summer, but it really just kind of wasn't a spread that I ultimately used, and as much as I want to just fill up pages, I haven't really felt the need to do that anymore. So that might be a possibility, but I haven't really decided quite yet if it's something I'm absolutely decided on. We'll kind of see as it comes to it. I mean, I don't leave till the end of September, so if I do add it, I'll probably add it before that week, or I might actually add it at the end of the month, which might actually not be a bad idea. Kind of like how I did a July memories, but I never finished it. I just kind of started it. So I don't know. We'll see what happens when that time comes. I never really try to plan too far ahead, just in case I change my mind, and I don't want to end up with things that I'm just not going to be happy with. So last month was the first month I really expanded on my habit tracker spread. Before, I was just doing habit tracker and a one line a day next to it. And last month I decided that I really wanted to get back into tracking my moods as well as my sleep, mostly because life has just been absolutely crazy and my moods have been absolutely haywire. So I thought maybe it would give me an insight, on some things. And I'm really, really glad I included it again. I really got a chance to sit down and think about hey, am I getting enough sleep? Could that be impacting why I'm so stressed or anxious? And I'm really, really happy that it was something that I did. My goals last month were a bit eccentric in terms of I picked some big goals. So I decided to change that this month and make them a little bit more easier to accomplish. They're more based around just some little things, which you're going to see here in a second after I finish filling in my important dates for the month and things that I need to remember. So, when I was filling in my dates, I actually realized that I wasn't sure about what times my flights actually were. I'm pretty sure I leave here around 7:40, 7:50 something, but I just put 7 p.m. just to be safe. And then I'll fill in my flight home time a little later when I check my actual plane tickets and everything. I didn't really want to try and pull that up and do that right now. So I'm just filling in my goals right now, which are just, some little things. Nothing too big or too extreme like I did last month. I know that the goals I put down last month were things that would take a long time to complete, whereas these ones are things that I can really focus on and not try to overdo and overexert myself. Last, I'm going to fill in my index, and as you guys can tell, I actually fill in a lot of things for my index. This is mostly because I found that I actually don't really have a lot of random things, and rather than having a really tiny index, I wanted to fill those pages up. So this seemed like a really good plan, and I am hoping I have enough room to get through the end of December. We're really going to find out and see, but I'm crossing my fingers it all fits. And I'm hoping that December at the end of it fills up the rest of this journal. We've made it pretty far, which makes me pretty proud. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much. Happy planning.